Remember in the last vlog I said Jordy's sick and it's just a matter of time before it's coming for me? It came for me. I purposely didn't set an alarm because I didn't have anything firm that I had to be at today. No meetings or anything. So I was like, it's important that I sleep. I did not mean to sleep until 9 a.m. Let's get this day started. Definitely pretty much recovered, but I'm still doing all that I can. I don't know if y'all saw the video that just came out on Monday, but yesterday I filmed it. I'm in my era of wanting to try new things, like especially makeup and products and such, because I've just been doing the same thing for so long. And so I want to start this series called Michel Learns Makeup, where I try other people's tutorials and other people's like favorite product recommendations, and then just like kind of as a girl give you all my thoughts on it. So I filmed my first one yesterday, and I actually ended up, after that video, trying it again on my own without using the tutorial and like doing a couple things differently. And I love the way it turned out as like a simplified version. And anyways, I am now going to use a few of those products today. My goal of learning more is already feeling fruitful, you know? Today, something that I want to try to do is take y'all to my new pottery studio. She's back. She's back to ceramics. It's been 2 years since I've done any sort of pottery. My friend Katie, who did all of the culinary classes with me, is the one that taught me pottery. Now that our classes are done through culinary stuff, we've kind of been itching to do something else. And so we got a membership at a pottery studio. She can't come today. We just barely got set up, but I want to kind of go see if I can get set up by myself, because last time she helped me get into the building and do all these things. And I just want to figure out if I have everything I need to go by myself whenever I want without her too. And so I kind of want to take y'all and show you. Okay, be honest, does this look any different to you than what I normally do? Because I actually did a lot of things different from my norm. But I did a lot of things the same too. I kind of feel like I need to blend this a little bit more. But, you know, we're on a journey. We're playing. We're experimenting. It's fun. One thing that I will call out now is instead of a liner, I just tightlined. So that was a skill that I learned in that video, is I've never tightlined before, and I think I like it. Something I did yesterday is I was gifted 3 sessions with a dietitian through, there's like this new platform. It's online appointments, but with RDs. So since it was free, I was like, yeah, let's do it. But I went in not telling her that I have my degree in nutrition, just because I kind of wanted to see what it was like without her assuming I know things, if that makes sense. And it was really interesting. And one thing that we have decided is going to be my goal is not like tracking. I told her I don't want to track, like I don't want to like calorie count or do anything like that, just because that's not me. But we are going to track fiber. So my goal with her is to get 30 grams of fiber in a day and 30 grams of protein at my first meal. So I thought that was interesting. So I've been making smoothies pretty much every morning all summer, but today I'm gonna add in flax meal. 2 tablespoons has 4 grams of fiber, and then obviously like all this produce has fiber. I'm easing into it. One thing you don't want to do is just like 0 to 100 fiber, because your body can't handle that. You need to like very incrementally increase fiber. But I do think I've been focusing so much on protein that I've kind of been letting fiber slip. So anyways, making a big ol' smoothie for me and Jord to both have for today. I'm gonna try to get all of my 30 grams of protein and a lot of fiber. Smoothie summer, smoothie summer. Smoothie, smoothie, smoothie summer. Oh, this might be the best one yet. Wow. I drank that so fast. Like I chugged it. I actually feel like I should probably drink my smoothie slower. I've heard you're supposed to like fake chew when you are drinking things like smoothies, because it signals to your body to digest, because without the chewing motion, your body doesn't have as much of like a signal. Another thing I've been wanting to tell y'all is y'all have been along with me on this very slow and steady journey of just trying to swap out things in my home for cleaner versions. And I feel like I've made a lot of progress. Like I don't use any sort of fragranced cleaning products anymore in my home at all, but there's still some categories that I've been like, okay, eventually I need to figure out a better alternative for that. One of them is dishwashing pods. That leads me to a thank you for the sponsor of today's video, because I finally found a solution that doesn't have microplastics. I know we hear this all the time. The stat that we consume like a credit card's worth of microplastics every single week. One of the things that frequently has microplastics is dishwashing pods. And that's literally going onto the cutlery and the utensils and the plates and the bowls that we're eating from. Blue Land is partnering with me on today's video. They gave me a discount link too. I actually think it saves 15% off of your order. I'll have a QR code on the screen too if you're watching this on a TV. But they have these brilliant little tablets. Also the cutest packaging. Look, they sent me their laundry detergent as well. Look at how cute both these are. But they come in these little refill bags. These are fully compostable as well, which is just really cool. These are kind of the standard that I've been looking for all along. There's none of like the icky like parabens, phosphates, VOCs, phthalates, no microplastics. I used to also buy a rinse aid to try to keep our glasses not looking as foggy, but you don't have to use a rinse aid with these, or you don't have to pre-soak either. They say that even the stains that have just been kind of caked on for 48 hours before you finally get to washing them in the sink, like it can handle those. So I'm gonna have my link down below and also that QR code on screen to save you 15% off. So thank you to Blue Land for partnering with me on this video and making it possible for me to do my job and do 3 videos a week. I'm really thankful for that. Okay, a couple additional updates for y'all before we leave. And then I'm so excited to go to the studio. I really hope I can get in. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to get in. He just set me up my own door code last night. It's like an open studio to where you go when there's not public classes. So I'm like, I hope I can get in. I don't know who's gonna be there. I hope I don't feel weird, but I'm just gonna try to conquer my fears and try it out. But a couple updates. I finished another book last night. I think that makes 7 Ellen Hilderbrand books in just a few weeks, but this one might have been my favorite one yet, called Golden Girl. It just was like a very unexpected concept of someone that had recently passed gets 75 days from this, like, you know, it's not heaven, it's like a transitionary place that you go to look down and watch her kids and her family, and she's given 3 nudges to like nudge people in certain directions before then that like viewing window closes. It was really good. I finished it in literally 2 days. I'm on a roll lately and I'm trying to slow down because I am doing Apple Books and doing the audiobooks, and they're like 20 bucks each book. So I need to like savor them a little bit more instead of just like absolutely just going through them so fast. So that's one of my updates. Now I'm on the hunt for whatever my next book's gonna be. Second update has to do with the tats. So it's so funny. When I got these tats, I was talking to Nikki about the fact that lighthouses do look a little phallic. That's just how they look. That's just what they are. I knew it going into it, but we were talking about it when I was getting it. Sure enough, as soon as I posted this on Instagram and TikTok, the number of comments I got being like, that's not what I thought that was. So this is my lighthouse. So I emailed Nikki and I was like, hey, next time you're back in town, I think we should just add on to it a little bit more, like add some more scenery around it. And she said, you know what, I'll be back in town in September, or I can fit you in on Saturday before I leave. And I was like, you're awesome for that. So I'm going back in a few days. We're gonna add to it. I don't know exactly what yet. Maybe I'll just commit to that stamp idea I had previously, because that gives it like an orientation. It makes it more clear. So maybe we'll do that. Maybe the Portland headlight has this whole huge big house on the other side of it. So I'm like, do we just add the whole rest of the structure to it? Do we add more scenery around it, like, you know, waves and rocks and birds, and in 2 vlogs from now, I will have added on to this tattoo. And I do think it's pretty hilarious. This is a side note. This is not a conversation I was expecting to have in this vlog, but a personal goal of mine for so long, literally for, I've been talking about this in therapy for over a year now, is I have wanted to encourage my comment section on social media to not be so serious all the time. And it kind of goes back to that conversation that I had and the mistakes I made in my 20s video about how I have just carried myself so seriously in my 20s. And I think because of that, the response I get from people are also so serious. Like sometimes, which I love, very intentional and tender and sweet, but like I just wanna have fun. My personality with my friends is like everybody has fun little jabs at each other in a very loving way, and I eat that up. Like I can handle a roast. And I look at creators who have never carried themselves so seriously. Like for example, one that comes to mind because I was just listening to their podcast this morning is JC and Chelsea. They are just so kind of like unhinged, in a relatable way, that their comment section is just full of people kind of poking fun at them with inside jokes and all these sorts of things. I love that energy, and I want to curate more of that energy here on my corner of the internet. So, you know what? If that takes me getting a tattoo that everyone thinks looks like something else, we've done it. We fast-tracked it. We're here. Got there one way or another. I got in. Welcome to my new pottery studio. Isn't it so cute in here? I love it so much. There's also great glazes, which is something that I was hoping for, because nothing's worse than finishing a piece and loving it and then the glaze is ugly. So my shelf is down here. Last time I was here, I just kind of got set up and threw 2 things, but then I put the bags on them when they were super wet, and I feel like I squished it, so I'm a little nervous to... Okay, I did one kind of cup and one kind of bowl situation. Okay, I did squish the outside a bit, but the inside's still nice, and I can clean that up when I trim it soon. So, yeah, just getting back into it. I actually somewhat centered my clay, which my goal was just to be able to center again in the first month. There's, I think, 7 different clay options here, and you buy the clay per bag, so it's like a 25-pound bag, and I think it's like $30, $35. And Katie and I couldn't decide, so we each got a different one, and we're sharing. But we decided to start off with this speckled bee mix. So like once you fire this, there'll be little speckles in it. But I left the bottom really thick, and I think I'll trim on Friday. I'll be back in a couple days, and I'll leave these wrapped so that they can dry a bit more. And then if they're not fully dry, there's heat guns here too, so you can like expedite the drying to get it to the phase where it's like a trim phase. So anyways, I'm the only one here, so I'm probably gonna prep some clay. I've been trying to just throw 1.5 pounds at a time, like nothing too big. Wedge it, cut it, weigh it, not in that order, and get to throw in a bit. Some people left some water in the bowls. It's interesting. I just threw 2 things. Neither of them are centered, but I wanted to have 4 things that I could trim when I come back on Friday with Katie, so that I have like several things in the same phase at the same time. You know, because everything is like, there's like basically 4 steps to each piece. And so if you're doing 4 steps for only 2 pieces, then it feels very like time wasty, because you have to get different tools for each thing, whatever. So now I have 4 pieces all in the same phase. My dream and my goal is to pick one glaze that I love and like figure out what is like my signature glaze, and then throw a ton of different bowls all in the same glaze, so that when I'm hosting things and I set out a ton of little things like a charcuterie board with olives and nuts and berries, or if there's like a taco night and the cilantro and the salsa and the cheese, that I can have a ton of different little dishes that are all matching and all made by me. So that's my goal. So now I have 3 bowls, and I also want to try to throw some larger like cortado cups. We have some espresso ones from the last time that I had a studio, but I want to throw some larger ones because Jordy's been into cortados lately. And if I can get a ton of those matching too, that would be sick. So gonna get these all wrapped up and clean up. The cleanup part does always take a while, The cleanup of clay. It's no small feat. Also, I would love to give y'all an impression of exactly how it went when we toured this place, because I feel like this interaction perfectly sums up what it's like living in Oceanside, and I just love it so much. The owner, coolest guy, so chill. He's young. He's like probably 30, 35, I would guess. And he met me and Katie to give us a tour and get us set up and stuff, and this is just a part of our conversation. He was like, let me try to get in my surfer guy. Sorry I was late, man. My girlfriend, crazy accident, surfboard hit her in the head. Yeah, 5 stitches. Anyway, yeah, this is it. Like, treat it like your home. Oh, there's a beer on tap. There's a keg. You know, we got everything you need, so do whatever. It's like literally how it went, and I was like, you're so cool and so chill and so nice. And the fact that he just came from surf and was like, yeah, beer on tap, whenever you want it. That's Oceanside. That's what the people are like here. Very nice, very chill, surfing in the middle of the day. Life here is crazy. Life here feels fictional. I really like it though. I'm not gonna lie. It feels fun to pretend like we're in, I don't know, summer vacation 365 days a year. I was responsible when I came home and I made a maple oat milk iced latte. Ready? Speaking of responsible, I'm about to have to go put my head down and work for a while. I would like to try to get 5 hours of work in before our plans tonight. All of our besties have been all traveling for the summer. Everyone's finally back home. So I think a big group of people are meeting at Mirinda tonight, which is just like a natural wine bar situation. And my sweet cousin Gracie gave me a Mirinda gift card, which is so sweet because she knows that that's like the spot where all of our friends meet up. I think that those are our plans tonight. Before transitioning to work things, there is one more task I want to do for vlog things. And that is start organizing my upstairs desk. I actually started a bit yesterday. So as y'all know, my last desk was huge, so huge, like literally could fit an insane amount of stuff. Also, I wanted to say that some friends were mad on the comments that we had to cut it in half. We aren't, it's not going to waste, don't worry. We added that doorway at the top of the stairs after we moved into the desk. So there was no way to get the desk out unless we took it apart. So we just did one cut and we're giving it to my friend Tyson, who really wants the desk, who is also literally a woodworker. So he's going to be able to put it back together so seamlessly, but that was the least destructive way for us to get it out of the upstairs, was to cut that desk one cut down the back with the top removed, and then there was just that one like crossbar that we had to cut, and then otherwise just fix the back, put the top back on, boom. But that desk was huge. And I have downsized to a teeny tiny little vintage desk, and I think I'm going to make it just a vanity. I'm thinking about later down the line getting almost like a filing cabinet and having one drawer for papers and one drawer for office supplies, and maybe putting that in my closet up there. But for now, organizing all of my makeup in that desk as a vanity. But the drawers are, there's one like pencil drawer and then 2 super deep drawers. So I was looking for something that I could stack so that I could take off layer by layer and see what was in it, and maybe be able to organize like powders versus eye products versus lip products, and pull this thing out when I need it. So I only ordered one of these to see if we like it and if it works for what I need it for, and then if so, I can order more of these and stack even higher, which I feel like makes the most sense for that space. So I'm gonna caffeinate a little bit, and then we could try a little organizing project before work, and then plans tonight. This is really hitting. Oh, so good. Okay, I got things pretty organized. Obviously, the things that I use every day, I keep in this because A, I travel so much, and B, I like to get ready sometimes in our room, sometimes in the den, sometimes up here, kind of depending on the light or like what's going on. If we have guests here, then I usually want to just stay downstairs to stay out of their way. But then I have all of the other stuff here. Do you want a little tour? Here's the center drawer. This was the easiest to organize because it's so shallow. I have like backups of things, boxes over here, and since I don't need to access the backups as easily, just a couple powders on top. I have skin tints, I have all of my favorite Typology lip products. This is mostly eyes. We have some more skin stuff back in this corner. These are kind of supplementary skin things like sunscreens or bronzing drops. And then this is all cheek. So these are all blushes over here. Over here is mostly just brushes. I actually found brushes in a suitcase that I haven't used in years. So I washed a lot of them yesterday and then I've since used them. So, and then I have some backup products and stuff there. So, you know, room to grow. And then on this side is the little stackable things that we just made. So I'm so sorry if my voice actually does sound annoying. I like can hear my stuffiness from the inside of my head. But okay, I have the first stack. This is all skin. So I have like extra concealers, revealers, powder, sunscreen. The second stack, this is all eyes. So I have a couple little eyeshadow palettes, some brow things, some backup mascaras. And then this one is all lip, which you'll know I don't really do my lips hardly ever. So it's funny that I have all these lip products, but I do like gloss. Maybe I should start experimenting with lip more, but that's why that one's on the bottom because I'll probably need to access that the least. And there we go. Pretty pleased with the way that all of that turned out. Right now, this whole bookcase is filled with books, which like obviously makes sense, but I'm kind of thinking for space saving purposes, going ahead and just donating my books. If it's a fiction book, I'm not going to read it again. Occasionally, I'll reference a nonfiction book, but I think being able to use that as office storage would be amazing. I have like a lot of camera equipment and then just like stationery and hole punchers and printer paper and whatever. So maybe that'll be a project down the line is mission donate some books. If anybody has a good recommendation of where to donate books, especially if it's like a local thing in North County, San Diego, let me know. Should I be concerned that a man is sprinting in flip-flops down the street? Let's hope he was just doing that for fun, not like running away or from something. Anyways, I'm gonna get some work done and I will see you guys for our evening plans tonight. I'll bring you along for a fun little montage. You can come to our friend hang. It'll be a fun friend hang. I can't wait. Okay, I'm all dressed and ready for a night out with friends. This is what I'm wearing. This skirt I thrifted last year, I think. I thrifted it from thredUP. And then this tube top I got just at a local shop in San Clemente. And then I have on my Crocs sandals, and I'll bring a denim jacket in case it's cold in there. But it's also summer, so it might not be that cold. I do feel like whenever I wear a strapless top though, and then I vlog it, I'm gonna bring y'all along for a little triple date, quadruple date perhaps. We'll see who all comes. Thank you again to Blue Land for partnering with me on this video. I'm gonna have my link in the description down below to save you 15% off if you wanted to give them a try. And somebody's asking for something even though he just got dinner and a walk. Sometimes after dinner he begs to play. Okay buddy, we can play until it's time to go. Let's go to date night. I love you guys.